The TikTok fame Charli D'Amelio has a massive fan base for her videos where her fans usually comment on her dancing skills and cuteness. But the question is she that cute, sweet, and humble in her real life, or is she pretending to be like one? Welcome back to our channel, guys. In today's video, we will take a look at all the times Charli D'Amelio acted weird and has been extremely rude to other people. Before we begin, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. Charli was filmed beating another girl brutally. Recently, in an interview, both the D'Amelio sisters told an interview about how it feels like when bullied during a UNICEF campaign. The sisters said that even though many people are enjoying their videos, another group of people often tries to bully them by commenting extremely mean things and even death threats on their videos. They even comment on unnecessary things like accusing her of having a horrible body shape and an ugly face. This sadly led to her having body dysmorphia. Even though she is now facing these comments like a champ, things were entirely different in the past. Last year, a video was posted on Twitter by a user that showed two young teenagers fist-fighting each other, and the user claimed one of the girls was Charli. Initially, the video was circulating on social media and no one could identify both the girls. And people were confused about how someone can record the video of a celebrity fist fighting with someone else. Well, if the videographer is a former colleague of the celebrity, then there is no need for more clarifications for that doubt. The Twitter user went on to explain that her best friend was a former student who used to go to school with Charli, and also added that her elder brother was a classmate of Charli's sister, Dixie D'Amelio. Charli's former classmate confirmed that the video showed Charli fighting with another girl before she got expelled from the current school. This is the primary reason why she is going to a private school now. Asked about the incident, it is reported that the girl in the video was bullying Charli, which eventually created tensions between the two when Charli couldn't handle it anymore and ended up in a fistfight. Well, this is not the only fight Charli had. The former student also said that Charli was a very controlling and rude person and also is the main bully at the school. The personal chef was also a victim once. The D'Amelio sisters received backlash after the telecast of the premiere episode of the D'Amelio family's Dinner with the D'Amelio series. In the episode, we can see American internet personality James Charles eat a paella dinner with the D'Amelio family and served by personal chef Aaron May. Their father, Mark D'Amelio, stated in the episode that May is his favorite chef and a close friend. In the episode, as the chef was explaining the menu, Charli was making weird faces and her sister Dixie squeezed a lemon over her paella and placed the rind on her father's plate afterward. The situation became more creepy when Dixie found a snail in her paella, which was described as a sign of good fortune by May, and started making weird faces and gagging noises before trying it. Once she ate the snail, she moved away from the table and appeared to vomit without getting up from the seat. Seeing this, her mother asked her to get up and excuse herself from the table. She did step away from the family's patio and laugh about the incident before returning to the table. Meanwhile, Charli asked for dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets despite seeing the menace spread in front of them. The viewers were annoyed and distressed to see such gestures of the sisters. People even commented that if their mother was in that place, she would have slapped them, denying the fact that they are her children. Even the result was felt extremely visible as Charli lost more than 300,000 followers shortly after the telecast of the episode on the YouTube channel. After 24 hours of the telecast of the video on YouTube, it received such a level of hatred that Charli felt she needs to respond. She said that she never wanted to be seen as a rude person, especially for something as ridiculous as making fun of her family's chef. She also said that all of these are blowing out of proportion for no reason. She even said afterward that her team and her chef convinced her and her sister to eat snails after the shoot of the show. She continued to say that she loved and respected the family chef and never meant to disrespect him anyway. Chef Aaron also responded about the video, stating that everyone who watched the video misunderstood and the situation was blown out of proportion. She later on went onto an Instagram live where she stated that all the hate she received made her think twice about continuing her journey as an influencer. She also requested fans and viewers to be nice to her as she couldn't handle all the hatred and criticism she received, with the excuse that she is just a human being. Charli completely ignored James Charles. Not only did the D'Amelio sisters insult the chef, but Charli D'Amelio also ignored James Charles, denying the fact that he was the guest for the dinner hosted by her family. In the first and the last episode of the show, Charli would start the topic and talk only about herself and her experience. James Charles tried to involve in the conversation with her by making up new topics and relating stories to her stories. But not only did she ignore everything James Charles said, but she also didn't even listen to or react anyway to whatever he spoke. She stopped in between, like when James spoke, and then continued her stuff as nothing had happened. Selfish and arrogant, commented by viewers on the YouTube channel. We can imagine how embarrassed and disrespected James Charles was the whole dinner time. Not only Charli, but Dixie also never tried to have even the slightest engagement with Charli. They even never tried to make an effort to have eye contact with Charli. Another weird thing Charli did that time is when she took off and picked her nail and just sat there as a 10-year-old child. The girls knew that the show would be appreciated by the audience only if they showed attention and respect to the guest, but eventually they were called rude and arrogant for expressing such bad gestures towards a guest, that too in front of a huge audience. Making fun of a girl who had no parents. Well, this one is not at all a good behavior to even discuss. Charli was considered the most popular girl at the school and usually the mean one student in the front group. The person confirming all these said that once she saw Charli bullying a girl and mocking her for not having parents. Who on earth would do such a heinous and nefarious mockery? The girl lost her mother when she was very small, and Charli told the girl that at least her parents weren't dead. After that, Charli went to the principal's office that day. Sisters are not always nice. The dinner was not the only time James Charles had to deal with such awkward gestures of the D'Amelio sisters. The trio once made a collaborative video that had a lot of fun elements. But there was one super awkward moment when he said that he tried to make a collaboration with Charli, but she ignored his text and blew him up. Weird, huh? That's not the only moment in the collab video when Charli dropped her ever so sweet attitude to finally show us her darker side. The credit goes to Charles for asking him to list 3 negative things that the sisters have to tell about each other. Charli didn't even bash her eyelash to hear, and the viewers felt like she was eagerly waiting for him to ask that question her whole life, so that she answered right away. She stated that her older sister is kinda bossy and controlling, and also stated many other negatives about her sister. With Dixie right beside her hearing everything she says, you can cut the tension in that room. We always knew they were catty when we were not looking. Sometimes they are nasty even when we are looking. That's what sisters just do. But there was a live video once when both the sisters were on it, when Charli totally forgot that she was on a live stream. She was trying to tell her fans about where she got her new hairstyles, and her sister Dixie was continuously interrupting her. Irritated by this, Charli raised her voice and asked Dixie if she would let her speak. And not only that, she pushed Dixie out of the frame and smacked the back of her head when she tried to crawl back into the live video. That's too messy, right? All this stuff is usual between siblings, but it is not that okay and normal to present all these on a live stream. That wraps up the video. Thanks for watching. Do like, comment, and share our video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you the next day with more amazing content. Have a great day!